What's up guys, how you doing? We're just doing a standard oil change on my Honda CBR RR. I just took the bearing off, kind of a pain in the butt. I'll find out right now if you have to take the bearing off each oil change, but I just wanted to right now to make sure that I can see my oil reader clear, and just make sure I can reach the oil filter and everything more accessible. So I'm just running the bike right now. You want to run it, you don't want to change it when the oil's cold. Heat the bike up a little bit, run it for like 3 to 5 minutes. Alright, first you want to remove your oil cap. Here's also where you're going to put the oil after. Just want to remove this so of course the oil's not going to drain if there's no air. Okay, you're going to try when you remove this bolt, you're going to try, I guess, do your best if you can. Try not to, one, burn yourself, so I got my mechanic gloves. 2, try to save that washer ring from going in the oil. That's something that you do replace. If it goes in the oil, it's not a big deal, but I have a new one with my oil filter. You want to replace it each time just to prevent any leaking or anything like that. It's like 50 cents, $1, so it's definitely worth replacing in each oil change. Makes me nervous. Bad boy was one little twist. Not bad. Let that fucker drain. That's some dark shit. This is the first oil change. It's only at 550. That's some dark oil. For sure. Okay, managed to save the ring anyway, which is good, but we're still going to replace it. Still always replace that. It's draining. See if I can get in here now. It's probably most. So, like I said, this is the first oil change on this bike, so trial and error for you guys doing this. The oil filter, the first one, is just a standard oil filter. It doesn't have the bolt, so you're going to need an oil filter wrench or something. I couldn't get it off just with my bare hands. So I had to cut. That pops come with the wrench, but now we're back in action. It's all drained. Once the oil's drained and it's not dripping, you want to stand your bike up nice and normal level on a, like, not on the kickstand. Level it out, give it a little bit of a shake back and forth just to make sure all the oil is out. Okay, so first you're going to take your oil filter and you're going to put a little bit of oil in the filter itself, and then I'm just going to take a tiny bit here. It's only like a drop that I'm putting in my cap, just so I can have a little bit for not even too much, a little drip, just so you can lubricate the seal before you put it on. Nice. Lubricate that seal so it's nice and secure. Right on, get it nice and tight as your hand can. And this is the beauty of these oil filters. Just take your fucking wrench. Very simple. What?
is easier.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the point. So I'm gonna make a fucking note right now to Honda and the fuckers at Malcolm Smith. It's not even a fucking 12. It's not even a fucking 12. The whole bike's a 12, a metric 12. It's like a 13 or something. It's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to be using. Probably not how you want to be doing this, just take a fucking note. You want to get it nice and tight. Use the right size wrench, which we'll find out what that is next time. Just don't know if it's tight enough now.
Gotta be good.
I think we got it tight enough. Has to be tight enough. Just a little pain in the ass. You're gonna probably want to get a 13 socket or whatever. Figure that out next time. Okay, we're gonna replace this washer, like always, just so it's nice and fresh on the drain bolt. Washer. Doesn't need to be too tight. Doesn't need to be too tight. Nice new washer. One good torque to it. Doesn't need to be too tight at all. Now this stuff down here that I'm wiping, this is just oil. This dripped from the filter and the pan. And when you start your bike back up, you're going to smell some burning oil. And that's just going to be part of it. Just going to be part of it. So we're going to fill this up. Very simple. I got 4 quarts here. I don't know if I'm going to need all this. Just going to start with the 2 or 3. See how much that gives me. Start the bike up. Once you put a lot of your amount of oil in there and you read your oil reader down there, you want to start the bike up. It's going to flush some oil through the engine and you're going to need more after that. So it's not an accurate reading right off the bat. Filled it up. Like I said, it was a little much this time. I put a little much oil. I put the 3 quarts. Very big difference on standing the bike up level. Very big difference. Right now in my oil reader, there doesn't even show oil. There's not even oil in it. When I bring the bike to its level position, it's literally right to full. So you put some in. I would say put your 2 quarts, 2.5. Run the bike. Start it up, let some flush through the engine, and then add the rest. But I was at 3 quarts plus like 1/5 of the last one. Okay? And that's pretty much it. When you start the bike up and you run it through, there's going to be some smoke. It was a little more than I even anticipated. There was quite a bit, but it's just the oil filter's tight, and it's just the old oil burning off of the pipes down here. So it's going to do that for a little bit. So be ready. Clean it up, make sure everything looks good. And then put the fairings back on. We'll be off riding.
You're on.
Okay guys, Jesus. I think we're there. So two things. I've had two things to bitch about. One is getting this fairing on and off, and that the bolt on that oil filter wasn't the right size. That I can take care of, but this fairing is so tough. You might debate on taking it to the dealership just for that. And there's this little clip right here that is such a pain in the ass. I almost broke it right off just because it didn't really seem that it needed it to hold it in, but we finally got it. I'm gonna wash this bad boy up, wipe it up, and we'll be back on the road.